Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Thank you for the opportunity you've given me to speak in front of you today. My research and presentation is titled Us and the Future. As I was thinking of the topic that I will be presenting you today, I thought of the future. Today, for me, is just a little bit different. As I was searching and looking for references, I came across one of my favorite theoretical physicists. His name is Dr. Michio Kaku. Just to give you a little background about him, Dr. Michio Kaku is an American-Japanese theoretical physicist, futurist, and a popularizer of science. He was born in 1947, and it makes my heart really happy that he is still alive today, as I am able to see his works whenever I can. He's currently working with his string theory, which tackles about the fundamentals of the universe. I really hope that he gets the Nobel Prize soon. Well, enough of that. Let's now talk about the world in 2030. Before I proceed with my research and presentation, I would like to give credits first to Dr. Michio Kaku, as what I am about to share to you derives from his speech. If you would like to watch his full speech, please do so by searching it on YouTube, titled The World in 2030 by Dr. Michio Kaku. As we all know, our world has become a very fast-paced world more than ever. Our scientists and physicists invented a lot of objects that could help us today and the future. We have a lot of available resources in order for us to do things quickly and become more productive. In just a click at the Google Chrome, you will find it is whatever that you are looking for. May it be about a certain topics, or perhaps you want to look for a boyfriend. You can all do that by just using the internet. Now, I will be flashing you a simple representation of Moore's Law, Guide into the Future by Dr. Kaku. Moore's Law is an observation and projection of a historical trend. At the first bullet, you'll see that a computer's power doubles every 18 months. That means our computer's capability today will be 2 times stronger 18 months from now. Second, Dr. Kaku stated in his speech 10 years ago that in 2020, it's gonna be easier for scientists and physicists to predict about the future. And indeed it is. It is really a lot easier for them to know what is to be expected in the future by the use of advanced statistics. Third and fourth, Dr. Kaku predicted about chips 10 years ago, and today marked the history of his predictions. It is true that we use chips in about every single mechanical device that we use today. Fifth and last, computers. He predicted 10 years ago that computers will just be everywhere. Post-silicon era, quantum computing, artificial intelligence, and etc. You name it. And you see, his prediction somewhat became true because as we step forward into the future, many companies are also innovating and creating inventions about the computers and many more. According to Dr. Kaku, they first invented the internet solely for the purpose of communications when World War III happens. It is supposed to be the fallback of America in order to rebuild their country after the next World War. Isn't it frightening? But he also said that internet today became more female. How? Female in a way that it touches humans' heart. According to him, 51% of internet users are female, and these female impart their love for the people, which removes the first role of the internet in this world. The internet is now used to communicate with our loved ones instead of building another barrier that could cause another war. Dr. Kaku also mentioned a lot of predictions in the future in his speech. First, he predicted that cars will be able to drive on its own, which was proved when Elon Musk introduced Tesla, a self-driving car, in the market back in 2015. That's just 5 years after his speech. Second, he also predicted about having smart toilet, which allows you to monitor your health, your heart rate, and etc. by just peeing on it. Making it true, 8 years later, Japan invented the smart toilet, which allows them to instantly figure out what's wrong with their health few minutes after peeing on it. Lastly, he tackled about the future of telepathy and mind reading. He predicted that in the future, people who suffered from stroke and became paralyzed will be able to talk with their loved ones again by just thinking about the words that they want to say and let the computer do its translations and the rest. In fact, 3 years ago, Mark Berger, a writer from Healthline, wrote about the mission of DARPA, or the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. Their goal is to develop neutral interfaces that will allow the brain to directly communicate with the computers and be able to put it into writing. It is a fact that technology can be scary for us humans. We keep on innovating and strive to be more advanced and invent something that can help us do things easily. And some of you will think that maybe these inventions will slowly take over the world. But actually, when you look at it on a different perspective, innovation is really good. What we have to do is always be 10 steps ahead of what we innovate so they can take over us. Let's try to learn it and don't let it take our place in this world. And that concludes my research and presentation titled Us and the Future. Thank you.